come.
Hello, welcome to Outside Xbox and some fresh gameplay from XCOM Enemy Within, which is a sort of quasi-expansion pack for the original game. It's not a proper sequel, and on PC it's available as DLC, but us Xbox owners are only able to get hold of it through a boxed product called XCOM Commander Edition, apparently because it's too big to be DLC, which seems crazy given the multiple gigabytes of stuff we end up downloading these days. Commander Edition contains Enemy Within, the original game XCOM Enemy Unknown, and all the DLC released so far. We don't want to say the hardcore XCOM fans on Xbox are getting shafted exactly, but if you've already bought the original and all the DLC for it, this could be an expensive enterprise.
Negative damage.
So what do you actually get? Well, for a start, there are 47 new maps, including fresh multiplayer maps if you were getting tired of the handful available in the original game. You can also start really playing Dr. Frankenstein with your poor soldiers, either genetically modifying them or converting them into mechanised cyborgs with robot arms and legs who can pilot giant mech suits. What's interesting is that rather than a separate Enemy Within campaign, this is all weaved into the existing Enemy Unknown content. We got Lead Designer Ananda Gupta to explain in a very dark room.
The situation is the same as in Enemy Unknown. It is the same alien invasion that you're confronting, but now you confront an additional threat at the same time. You confront Exalt. Exalt is a human adversary. It's a paramilitary secret society that is devoted to overthrowing the council, subverting it, and getting rid of XCOM. And they are interested in the same alien technology and artifacts that you are. They are interested in the aliens' success rather than preventing the aliens' plans, and so they are definitely a whole new brand of threat.
Apparently these alien sympathizers see the melding between humans and aliens as our species' future. They're big into genetic modification and for some reason look exactly like the XCOM operatives from the Bureau XCOM Declassified. Surely not an accident.
It actually is a little bit of an accident. We experimented with a lot of different ways to do the visual look of Exalt. And we started off with this idea that, they're going to look sort of like dark commandos. They've got these high-tech night vision goggles that look scary, and they've got webbing and dark urban camo and stuff. And we kind of decided to move away from that because we wanted Exalt to feel... We did it for two reasons. We wanted Exalt to feel like these are people you could walk past on the street, sit next to in a restaurant, at the job. They are normal people just like everyone else, except they got a call. And the moment was there, right? And now they have to, they return to their home or their office, they push a button, and then the secret compartment opens, and they're ready to go, So, and we also wanted the player to feel like they were fighting Exalt itself, not some nameless lackeys, right? We wanted them to feel like they were fighting the actual true believers of Exalt, and I think the visual that we ended up with really communicates that nicely.
They've definitely got that 50s style though, right?
They're pretty dapper, there's no doubt.
Just big Mad Men fans, I guess. Being a human faction, you might catch Exalt using some tactics that are familiar to you.
They definitely use squad tactics in a way that the aliens don't. They use squad tactics that are, in fact, the players may be used to using against the aliens. So, Exalt medics will heal their wounded allies. They'll use smoke defensively to protect their soldiers from XCOM's attacks. Exalt heavies will use their holo targeting ability to mark targets and give more attack bonuses to the other members of Exalt on the field. And Exalt snipers will look for height advantage. So in general, Exalt combos its abilities better than the aliens do in a lot of ways, and they act in a more organized way. I think Exalt is a really interesting enemy to fight against on the battlefield.
Also new for Enemy Within are two mission types that involve covert operations, covert data recovery and covert extraction, which require the assignment of one of your troops as a covert operative who is heavily restricted in his or her loadout.
So the Covert Operative is one of your soldiers. Any soldier can be sent on Covert Ops duty, except for heavies and mech troopers. Covert Operatives go undercover. They're sent after a cell that you designate to disrupt that cell, and then once they're ready with the intel needed to disrupt that cell, you send in a regular squad to go help them out. And the Covert Operative is in an interesting situation because Covert Operatives are restricted to pistols, and they can't wear armor. They still get their items, so you could bring along a nanofiber vest for bonus health. You could bring along one of our new items, a ghost grenade, for emergency stealth mode. And, of course, Covert Operatives keep all their class abilities, and their genetic modifications. So, and some of those have some great relevance to going on covert ops duty.
Covert data recovery is a sort of control point, king of the hill type mode, but covert extraction is arguably the more exciting. The covert unit is already on the ground and you're forced to protect an encoder and a transmitter. If the enemy can remain within the immediate area of the encoder for a certain number of turns, they'll discover the location of the transmitter. If they can claim that too, it's mission over.
Commander, Exalt has captured the encoder, which means they now know the transmitter's coordinates. We need to get Strike 1 moving to protect that equipment or this operation is over.
It forces a rethink of your tactics, and we found it more challenging than the standard alien murderizing missions. So that's the latest from XCOM Enemy Within. Did you play the original? Are you tempted by the Commander Edition? Let us know in the comments and like and subscribe for more from outside Xbox. See you next time.